Okay, there's the bombardier. And I don't know if you can see it too well, but he's looking right down at us through a bomb sight. So the bombardier's head was hanging over the edge of the plane in a way. This is the famous bomb sight. It looks like these nose guns, there's actually canvas here, and there's a zipper. Huh. And as you can see, this whole nose gun assembly is in a turret, so it could, you know, rotate to face our direction or to face the other direction. The guns also have elevation controls. It's made of some sheet metal. Again, looking at the rivets, if you look really closely, you see they're not spaced evenly, they're not lined up perfectly. I mean, look at the sheets of metal, they're cut kind of unevenly. You know, the B-17s were definitely made in an age where manufacturing was less precise, where human beings did all the work, all the cutting, and machines were just secondary. Now it's a lot more precise. It's got to be probably 4 feet in diameter. Landing gear well. There's no access to the interior of the cabin from in here. You can see a whole lot of wires and gears and pipes and stuff in here. Okay, we're under the wing. Something I noticed earlier. Okay, here's the wing right here. It's metal, sheet metal. And right here, what? Okay, that's metal too. It's on the back here, on the horizontal stabilizer. This is where the difference is. Okay, we're under the horizontal stabilizer right now. It's metal. You can go over here to the actual control surface. Sounds different because it's fabric, some kind of really taut fabric, but it's painted over, so you can't tell. Okay, this is the tail gunner's position. I'm actually not sure if this position has any traverse from left to right. I'm not sure. But I see the tail gunner had a pretty panoramic view of everything back here. You could even see above him. See? I had some kind of sight right there. Seems a little thicker back here. Yeah, a little bit thicker. Yeah, there's a sight. kind of exhaust port. This is one of the waist gunner positions. And this is the ball gunner, and this is actually pretty interesting right here. Okay. Alright, so if there were actually a person in here right now, and if he were sitting in this chair, which is right there, it's filling up the screen right now, it's the chair. His back would be on that chair. His right foot would be there to our left. His left foot would be there to our right. And if we were looking at him, we'd be looking at his chin right now. Okay. Because if you were a ball gunner, basically you were shooting down. You were kind of just imagine yourself sitting in a chair, and having two guns on either side of you pointed directly down at the ground. And you have to kind of, look down to aim, and you'll get an idea of what it was like. Of course, this is I don't know if this is 50 caliber or 30 caliber, but it's a 50 caliber. And there's the inside of the gun in there. There's the inside over there too. So this, if you were inside one of these things, you had two big machine guns right next to you, literally right next to your body, firing. I imagine it must have gotten very hot when they'd be fired. Ooh. Ooh, that's much heavier metal. Oh yeah, that's really solid. Okay. So that, where the please keep off sign is, that's where your butt would be, and then that's where your back would be, and right here is where your head would be, right where my hand is. So you were basically shooting down kind of between your legs with the gun there and the gun there, and this was your sight right here. And then we have some controls over here, some switches. Yeah, it must have been incredibly loud and hot whenever the guns were fired, for the guy inside here. And this looks like your only way in and out. So I think the way you got in and out of the ball turret was when you were on the ground, the guy would have to get in. I think because this thing, this hatch has to be rotated at a certain angle in order for it to be, openable and closable. Like if this whole ball turret were kind of rotated up a couple more degrees, you wouldn't be able to open this up. It would be jammed by this. Once again, it's just sheet metal right there. The other waist gunner position. Here's an illustration of what I'm talking about. Notice how the gun is coming out of the bottom over here. And the guy's kind of laying flat on his back. He's shooting out from between his legs. And, alright. Now we're going to go inside here for a second. Alright, so this is the inside of the B-17. Looking way down at the tail gunner position, those two slits are like the, where the two guns are. I think they've taken out the chair or whatever else. Just look up, see these things are not decorated inside. You've got cables up there, you've got wires. Lots of wires, lots of bundles of wires, just kind of exposed to the cabin. Nothing down here on the ground. There's just this sort of walkway thing, pretty crude. Here's the one waist gunner position. There's the other. And you can see way up there to the cockpit. This is pretty narrow. Like if there were somebody standing right there shooting, I mean, it would be kind of a squeeze to get around from behind them if you were trying to come back here to the rear of the plane. So they only built these things as big as they needed to be. And I'm not sure where the bombs would be, probably up there. Yeah, right here, this is the bomb bay. It's open right now. Oh, great. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bomb right there in the middle of the screen. There's a bigger bomb up there. Okay. And there's the cockpit right there. You can see out the left window. Okay, so this is, I think this is what they're talking about when they mean like a bomb rack. See these two vertical, you know, pieces of metal. Looks like, you know, the bombs would be stacked on top of each other, one after another. Now there's this the one left in like the lowermost position. But I think when they drop the bombs, you know, I mean, of course, the bomb bay would open up, and all the noise and wind and stuff would come in and go through the whole cabin. And then they just push a button, and there'd be some kind of mechanical release, and they all fall down one after another. It looks like on the side here, there's a second bomb rack, you know, with this giant bomb way up at the top, the topmost position. And of course, over here, you know, because the plane's symmetrical, there's another bomb rack on the left side of the plane. And again, we see just bundles of wires, you know, steel cables. Looks like there's a hydraulic thing right there for opening and closing the bomb bay door. Some kind of crank right there. Yeah. Okay. Here's something on one of the bomb racks. I don't know what it is. It moves a little bit.